Today, I want to share with you my favorite strategy that I still use today that helped me build the most amount of muscle, especially when I was a beginner in fitness. And this is coming from somebody that used to, hate fitness. When I was 15, I weighed like 115 pounds. I ate like one Pop-Tart a day. I was super skinny. I hated the way I looked. And when it came to the gym, I barely worked out. I was super inconsistent. I just fucking hated exercising in general. So I went through a lot of hurdles when it came to starting my fitness journey, but this strategy is what personally helped me progress the most. And I feel like if I share this with you, hopefully if you're a beginner right now, you can use it and try for yourself and see how well it works for you too. So the first thing I want to talk about is, number one, pick a plan that you actually enjoy doing. So if you go on Google, you could search up bodybuilding programs or the best bodybuilding programs, and thousands of programs will show up for you to pick from. Now, the thing is, if you choose a program and you're doing it and you fucking hate doing those exercises, you will not get any results. And the reason I say this is because you won't be as consistent. Because the number one way to build an attractive body is to be consistent with your regimen, with your training program. For instance, when I first started, I remember I started a training program and one of the exercises told me to do like a leg press for 50 reps. And I fucking hated doing exercises like those, like 20, 30, 40 reps. And again, at that time, I didn't really know what I was doing. But when I started with that, I was so inconsistent with the gym. I hated it because of the training program I was using. So the biggest myth I heard is you should find the best training program to build muscle. The best training program for you to build the muscle the quickest is the training program you are going to be the most consistent with. Because if you're not consistent, you will not get any progress. So that's my number one tip, is for you to find a training program that you will be the most consistent with. And I got my training program from the book called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. That book gave me the foundation of fitness in general. So I'm going to link that below. And if you're interested in that, you can buy your own version. So that's my number one tip. And number two is getting stronger. If you're working out and you are not getting stronger every week, then you will not build muscle as fast, because there's a term in fitness, it's called progressive overload. So the way I think about it is you're just getting 1% stronger than you were the week before. So if you're on, let's say you bench press on Mondays, right? And you do 8 to 10 reps of 3 sets. If you have a 45 on each side and you did that 10 reps for 3 sets, 3 times, and next Monday, you don't add weight to that bar, or at least increase the amount of reps you're doing, then you're not getting stronger. And again, you will not build muscle as fast. So there's 3 ways that I personally use that make sure I'm getting stronger. So one is adding weight to the bar, or adding weight to any exercise you're doing. So that's one version. Another version is, let's say if you're doing 8 to 10 reps, if you got 8 reps all 3 times, so you got 8 reps 3 times, make sure you're doing at least 1 more rep next week. So you did 9 reps, okay? That's another way. So if you're adding a rep, you're getting stronger. Or if you're cutting down your rest time. If you're resting for 3 minutes for 1 week, let's say on an exercise, but maybe you did it for 2 minutes and 30 seconds next week and you did the next set, you would get stronger. So those are the 3 ways I mainly use. The one that I mainly focus on is make sure I'm getting stronger every single week, or at least I'm doing 1 more rep more than last week. That's what I would do. And if you're getting stronger in all these exercises, then you know you're doing something right. And the way I track it is I have on my notes on my phone, I literally just put the exercise. So again, bench press, and let's say I said 135 and I did it 10 times for 3 sets, right? So when it's next Monday, I can go back on my notes and I see, oh shit, I did it 10 times for 3 sets. It's time to add some more weight now. So I track all of my workouts on my phone. I recommend you do the same too. And the last thing I want to talk about is diet. Diet was a big thing for me. So remember I told you, I only ate like 1 fucking Pop-Tart a day. It was horrible, right? I didn't have any diet. I just literally ate junk food. So me going from eating no food to eating a ton of food to gain weight, that was one of the hardest things I had to go through. And what I wish I could tell myself back then is to baby step the process and just add a little bit more food every day, rather than just fucking putting in massive meals, trying to fit it all in one sitting and just trying to bulk up right away, because you'll just puke till you throw up. So I've tried dirty bulking and I've tried clean bulking. In my experience, I hated dirty bulking. And the reason was I felt like shit every day when I woke up because of it. Because if you're just putting junk food in your body just to gain weight, you're not gonna build an attractive body doing that. So you're just gonna look like shit and you're gonna feel like shit. So what I did, and what I recommended me in the book is when I first learned this, is to track the food you eat. So it's tracking macros, meaning you track the amount of calories you're eating per day. And I recommend you eat at a caloric surplus, a slight caloric surplus. So you're not eating so much food where you're rapidly gaining weight. Because the problem is if you're rapidly gonna gain weight, you're just gonna get more fat. And you don't want that. You wanna build as much lean muscle as possible. So my goal was I wanted to build muscle as fast as possible without gaining too much fat. So that's where the slight caloric surplus is you're eating a little bit more than your maintenance body weight, right? I'm gonna put a calculator, by the way, in the link in the description. If you wanna calculate how many calories you need to eat, it's what I personally used, and it's the one in the book too. So I'll put that down there and then you could use it for yourself. So when I tried clean bulking, I started tracking my macros. So when it came to protein, the amount of protein I would eat is the protein per body weight. So if I weighed 115 pounds, I would eat 115 grams of protein, at least, right? Maybe more than that sometimes. And then the rest of the calories would either come from carbs or fats. And the thing is, you can experiment with this. I personally like eating more carbs. It gives me more energy. Some people like eating more fats. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever your preference is. But the big thing is, when you have a diet, make sure you're hitting your protein goal, right? And another thing I want to talk about is I was kind of insane when it came to this. If you want to do it, try it. I think, again, it's the best way to do it. I ate the same fucking foods every day. In the book, it also talks about this. So there's a lot of foods I love eating, right? Like pasta, chicken, beef, all that shit. And I literally went to fucking MyFitnessPal and I made a whole regimen, like a diet for myself, a diet that I would actually stick to. And I ate the same thing over and over and over every day when I was like new to fitness. I still do, honest, sometimes. I sometimes change up the meals now because it's kind of easy. But at that time, I would just eat the same thing every day. It was super fucking difficult at first because like I wanted to just have a good body. That was my big goal. Some people would view you as like, that's too much, that's insane, it's not that big of a deal. I was so immersed to like, I need to achieve this goal. So when I kept eating the same foods every day at a slight caloric surplus, hitting my protein goal, my progress skyrocketed. And again, I told you, I didn't like doing fitness. So when I tried to train, I found a training regimen that I kind of liked doing. It was fun. I enjoyed doing it, but I still didn't like enjoy working out as much, right? But when it hit 3 months, I remember this, 90 days, I looked in the mirror and I noticed I had progress. And when I had that flash of dopamine in my head, I'm like, holy shit, I'm actually looking better. That day changed my life. And that's the day where I loved working out. I love going to fitness. So when you combine these three, that is probably my strategy. This strategy right here is the best way for me that helped me build the most amount of muscle as a beginner. And I'm sharing this with you as maybe you should try it too if you're a beginner as well. So let me know what you think of these three. And I know, again, this could be general knowledge, but I feel like if I didn't share you the truth of what I do now and what really helped me, then I feel like I just wouldn't be as authentic, and I don't want to lie to you about this. So, and another thing about diet is if you don't want to track, then just at least make sure you're hitting your protein goal for your body weight. At least try doing that. And if you're on a budget too, you can go on YouTube and there's literally like bulking program or bulking meals for like less than like 40 or 50 bucks, right? There's so many YouTube videos on those. Do that. Again, this is extreme, but if you really do care about just getting like the kind of body you want, if you're a beginner and you do this, I promise you, you will get so much more progress than you just kind of winging it and having no strategy with it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'll put the link in the description for the book and the calculator, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.